right, so Summer and I are down here this weekend. We're Saturday morning. We're out here looking for plants. I found a place on Craigslist, which is I'm really impressed with the place so far. We haven't pulled up yet. This is a house being redone, very typical of like this area, very like old school block frame homes built in the 80s. All grass, very little landscaping. If you do landscaping on them, they look amazing. But what looks even more amazing to me is this place that we're going to. And this lady has her entire yard in edible fruit trees, all sorts of plants that she grows. I mean, just incredible. It looks amazing. We're gonna pick up some mango trees. I can't pronounce this one tree that we're trying to find. It starts with a J though. It's like a long word. Basically, the berries grow on the trunk. It's gonna be pretty cool. And then I don't know, we're probably gonna buy a bunch of other stuff because I love places like this. But this is literally a great example of a yard that is a like with a food forest. Essentially, this is what I'm talking about. Where you can do this on any piece of property. I mean, here's a house across the street, and here's a house doing it. And this is just incredible right here. So it doesn't take a ton of land to pull this off. And I mean, we're gonna probably drop some money. I'm sure she does very well, just revenue wise, and then I'm sure she can like literally live off the entire yard here. So this is what's up. This is what I'm talking about. There's a trellis in here, all sorts of just like packed. I mean, it's just papaya hanging out. This is totally packed. I mean, it's full, no doubt. It's definitely full, but it is such a cool concept. I mean, like another papaya. Everything here is edible. It's amazing. Summer and I are lost here in the food forest. All sorts of stuff in here. They got bees in the back. Sorts of gardens. We're getting an education on things I can't pronounce. So we're headed out here. That was like an hour and a half, 2 hour event. It's fun. I learned a ton, bought a ton more than I thought we were gonna buy. Got the back of the truck here, like all loaded up. I know, where's the tailgate at? Tailgate, I need a new tailgate so I can get this thing bed lined and then painted. Truck needs love. We all good to go. Summer's like, yeah, we're ready to roll. Guess what? Guess where they're from? Ukraine. I'm a huge fan of Ukraine. All right, so we got plants back here. We're stacked. Okay, let's jump in the truck. We've got a new camera mount up there. I'll put that up. Just came out of the box. It's a small one. Okay. So, got another plant, and that's the thing about plant people. Summer's learning about plant people. It's next level, right? When you find some people that are really, really about some plants, it starts to get, it takes a while, right? See, so anyway, these folks that are from Ukraine, they've got the Subaru Forester. I love that car. Wife's not about the Subarus, but I think the Subarus are like really rally car status. I'm a big fan, huge fan. But I like the 7.3 the best. It's like my favorite car because it's not a car. I've never had a car, but I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna get a '69 Camaro when everything hits the fan. So nonetheless, cool experience. Big food forest, huge food forest. They taught us a lot about a lot of stuff. I have no idea what we got. I just know we got like almost 400 bucks worth of stuff. More than 350, less than 400, somewhere in that range. Got a bunch of stuff, which is great. We're gonna go plant it all. We're gonna go look it up, record it, so we can learn how to work with it. And then a lot of it's just trial and error. So a lot of this stuff is just like you put it in, you think through placement based on your layers. So like how high is something gonna get, what type of conditions does it need, and then you just move things around as it works. This thing has a lot of like planned chaos going on. This lady's been here for 17 years. And obviously I think she definitely makes her income off of that place. And it's kind of a neat situation because she has a ton of food, which is awesome. She said they eat about 80% of their entire food supply comes from their garden, which is pretty impressive. We learned about, we got some ice cream plant or something. I don't know how to pronounce this, but she gave us something that was like frozen, and it was, she's like, I used to have this addiction. I was like, oh great, here comes some crazy addiction story. And she's like, I would just eat ice cream and I couldn't stop until I finished the ice cream. And I was like, well, that's not the worst addiction in the world. You know, it's better than like, you know, getting a 24 pack and not being able to stop until you're on the 24th. But she's like, and then I grew this plant and now I freeze these and now I eat it, and I ate it. And I'm like, that was better than ice cream. It's like legit better than ice cream, which is good because ice cream is one of my weaknesses. Gotta drop the ice cream, drop another 5-10 pounds, man. Get freaking shredded, man. Shredded. So yeah, it was super cool. I think that finance and edible plants, landscape, and all that go together like peanut butter and jelly. We actually even got a peanut butter and jelly tree or something like that, right? Like it's like it's a peanut butter tree. I don't even know what we got. We'll know.
It tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
It was pretty cool. So they were super passionate. He was a photographer, which is really interesting. Had a really amazing book of all their harvests, and I mean, just really top-notch photography book. Very metamodern and Eastern European, which is something that I think the Americans need to, learn from personally. Is you know, you get a couple that's migrated here from the Ukraine 17 years ago. They understand what's going on. The Americans, not so much. Summer's on the fence. She's like, is everything gonna go? I've been telling her, I'm like, yo, we need to, you know, you need to get your shooting skills up. You need can after can after can, getting good at it. Summer's like, I mean, you're getting pretty good. Ariel's making serious progress. I hear she's like a sniper right now.
What?
Yeah, I hear she's got some skills. They got the same gun, same BB gun, but Ariel's been using it like every day. She's getting like real good. She's like 6 months into building a massive skill. Yeah. You know, you see my skills. It's just pop, 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 never missing. Except that squirrel the other day with a pistol. I missed a squirrel with a pistol the other day. 22 pistol. I'm trying to learn how to use a 22 revolver. But I don't think that you can separate out what's going on like economically and garden-wise. You know, like being more self-sustainable, more sovereign. Because I got to figure out a way to keep you fed, right? You know, like if I'm right on what I think could happen, food is going to be the #1 biggest concern for people, and then social unrest is going to be the secondary one. And the food situation is going to probably create a lot of the social unrest. Historically, people go absolutely bananas when they don't have any bananas. Bananas. And I hope that doesn't happen, but I've been telling Summer here, like during your later part of your childhood, expect it to get pretty freaking gnarly. But we're gonna try to prevent that. The other cool thing was you guys saw them when we left, and they just like kept giving us plants, kept giving us plants. I mean, obviously we spent a decent amount of money with them, but the cool thing about plants is as they multiply, you can just continually give them. I mean, she was asked if we had jackfruit, and I'm like, yeah, I have 3. She's like, oh my gosh, there's so many of them. And I'm like, yeah, I grow them now, and I give them out. And she's like, oh, everyone just needs like 1 jackfruit. I'm like, I know. It's a really cool story. The World War II in India, the Brits used to occupy India. Did you know that?
No.
Governments, man, freaking governments. And when they got involved in World War II, they had to, they didn't have to, but they chose to steal all the food out of India, and several million people in India starved. And this family that had this plantation full of jackfruit was able to keep their entire village, town area alive just off the jackfruit tree. Pretty cool. That's why I'm a huge fan of things that you plant, perennials, things that you plant one time, like fruit trees, and every year they just get more and more abundant on the harvest. Obviously, you can seed them, you can graft them, you can continue to take cuttings of them, continue to spread them. So I do think that America is going to have to reshore, move all of their production back on shore, at least a lot of it. I think that's going to be super painful. And then as the US dollar weakens, and I think it should be pretty evident to everybody that watches this channel, the US dollar will be a thing of the past at some point in time. Like I tell Summer here, I'm like, what happens when everyone realizes that they don't have any actual money? They're going to go nuts. And it's going to be cool for you guys in this audience that have crypto, silvers, gold, all those type of things. I can obviously help you in the metals because I'm a dealer for that stuff. But it's going to be a gnarly period of history, and I hope it doesn't happen. I hope that somehow somebody pulls a rabbit out of a hat and we don't have to deal with this. But I think that more likely than not, we're going to have a problem. And if that does happen, one of the better solutions I can think through is being able to take plants, cut plants, spread plants, help feed people. I mean, I think that that's going to be a huge part of getting through this period of history, and I think we will get through this period of history, and we'll come out on the other side of it better than we went in. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to get unbelievably gnarly in the meantime, and you got to get your shooting skills good just in case. Just in case. Yeah, man. So we can move you up. You know, you got to get moved up. Well,
I'm gonna get way better than Ariel.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But then we can move you up to 22. You can get up to 22 status, and then once you get past 22, we can start thinking about like
I'm doing it.
maybe from some 556 status. I think
I'm doing
556 might be the way to go.
I'm doing it today.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And until next time, I'll see you below in the comments. Peace.